Hi, I'm Darrell,
Hi, I'm Elia.
and we are Black Nerdy Scholars. Yay, yay, episode one, episode one. Oh my god. How are you this week? How are you doing?
Ooh, I feel like it shouldn't be Tuesday. It should be like Thursday or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, why isn't it already later in the week? What the hell?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Especially teach you Monday, Wednesday, Friday now. I'm like, oof.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday? You teach 3 days a week?
Mm-hmm.
I hate that. No, I've only ever done twice a week, and I don't teach now. Which you already know.
Yeah.
What's going on in your class right now?
Oh, we just started actually reading some text, which is nice. They read A Good Man is Hard to Find by Flannery O'Connor. I'm trying
True.
to get them in the contemporary Gothic atmosphere. They're gonna read Jamaica Kincaid, and then some Sylvia Moreno Garcia at the end of the week.
Good. That's
Yeah.
exciting. That's good. I love when we get to actually read in class, but
Yeah, right.
some of them kids don't read.
Oh yeah.
I might need to start doing what Dr. Taylor used to do in his class at Dell State with the reading quizzes. I hated
Oh,
reading quizzes, but I read that
it made me
shit.
read.
It made me read. It made me read.
Yeah.
But I'll worry about that in like 2 years from now.
Honestly, truly. Right now I'm just like, you get your main assignments. I hope you read something. Because you're probably never gonna read cooler things than right
Yeah.
now. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Some of them might not ever read again. But let's stay
Ooh.
optimistic. Yeah.
Yes, we gotta stay positive.
Gotta stay
And hope they
positive.
don't get like ChatGPT summaries for all their
Yeah.
books they're supposed to
Read
read.
books. Do you want to go straight to Taylor Swift?
Let's talk about Taylor Swift.
I have never listened to a single full Taylor Swift album.
Oh, have I?
This is
I
my
feel like I
first one.
have once. Yeah,
I
yeah.
know, like, I've heard bits and pieces. Like, I've heard stuff that came on the radio. I've heard stuff that was in TV
Yeah,
shows
yeah.
or whatever.
Commercials and
Yeah, like
shit.
the popular, the hits or whatever. Um,
Yeah.
and they've always been fine. I've never been the hardcore Swift hater. I think I might have been when I was a teenager, but also I was a teenage boy that hated everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like
It's the angst.
I get why she's popular, and I I get why she's popular, but also the things that I didn't care for her seem to be on a full display in the life of a showgirl, the life of a showgirl.
Yeah. It's like you're getting everything except I think the showgirl aesthetic. Like I feel like this is just
Yeah,
everything we get from her in her usual work maybe,
where was the
but
showgirl
even
stuff?
lesser quality. Yeah.
Like, do
Like where's the
so just thinking about the last song, the titular "Life of a Showgirl," she talks about it's like talking about in the being of the relationship and like not being able to understand how she lives because she lives the life of a showgirl. And no, you don't. A
exactly.
showgirl's a specific thing. Like, you are
Like
a
this
performer and you do live the life of a musical artist, but a showgirl is a specific archetype of performer that
yeah.
but I know she knows that because in the advertisements for the actual album, she's like doing like trying to like coach or manage, produce is the word, showgirls on a stage, and it's like you know what this is, but you didn't make that album for some reason.
Especially cuz she always I feel like even the music on the album, she's presenting herself as something that would be the antithesis of a showgirl,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah,
Like that's always kind of been like her vibe, like taking it back to like her classic songs, like the she wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts, she's cheer captain, blah
yeah.
blah blah. And I feel like she's sort of retained that kind of energy in her newer music, which is like, okay, it's kind of cool when you're, I don't know, maybe when you're in like your early 20s, your late teens. And I'm like, come on, girl, you're 35 now.
That's my thing. So if, in case you don't know, Taylor Swift dropped a new album, The Life of a Showgirl, if you couldn't pick up the context clues. And it has been going kind of viral on the internet, but not for the regular Taylor Swift reasons, but because it's bad, because it's not good, to the point where Swifties online, internet Swifties,
Yeah.
are like, what happened? She
Like
missed
my
with
two
this
people
one.
I know who are Swifties, they are quite dissatisfied with the album. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
And like dissatisfied is the lighter end. Like some people
Yeah.
are angry,
This is
upset
shit.
with
They're
this.
they're like, what the
And I think what
and then
you're
all the
saying
yeah.
about the 15-year-old or the teenage, I've always thought the best thing or not the best thing about Taylor Swift is that she captures the essence of being a white, predominantly suburban teenage girl. And that is not to undercut her. That is not a insult or a criticism. That is not to lower her. Because teenage girlhood is powerful. So much
Yeah.
of modern culture is determined by two distinct groups of youths, mostly black youths and white girl youths, predominantly in America. And obviously, there's a lot more nuance to that, but those two groups kind of define a lot of stuff. We both grew up on the big three: Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney Channel.
Yeah.
And like Disney Channel was the home for this kind of teenage femininity, this Americana femininity that is not exclusive to women. I bumped High School Musical back in the day. That was my jam. Right? It's good stuff, and there needs to be a place for it.
Good shit.
However, I think she still is capturing the same teenager that doesn't exist anymore. She's capturing a teenager from 2015. She's capturing a teenager from before Donald Trump got elected.
Yeah.
And now it's just like that teenager has not grown up, but the language has, and that's why she's talking about getting canceled, and that's why she's talking about having sex with her fiance, I guess, in a way that she definitely didn't then.
Yeah. It's not it's like the language is there, or in the sense that she's obviously matured with her age, and maybe some of the content has like adjusted with age, but it's still, like you said, in it's like that same teenage fashion.
Yeah.
It's like the thematics are still
They're just they haven't caught up.
yeah.
And I think so I want to give her some credit. I think sonically the Fate of Ophelia and Elizabeth Taylor are good. They're good pop songs. They work. I think there is also one towards I think one of the ones that I liked at the end was let me look it up. Actually Romantic. I kind of liked Actually Romantic. It's not even towards the end. It's towards
Actually,
the middle.
I did
I like
like
that one too.
That one too. It was fun.
Right? I think there's some stuff that's in there. I saw, good pop. But even then, it seems so. One, the writing isn't very good, or I don't want to say that. The writing isn't very interesting, and seems rather shallow, especially
I
since
feel like it would have.
she doesn't get Ophelia or Shakespeare.
No, no. I feel like she kind of botched Ophelia's, or not even botched. It just felt very one dimensional
Yeah,
view of Ophelia's plight
yeah.
and her, just kind of her madness. Like the reasons behind her madness are not just like this fuck nigga broke her heart.
Yeah.
Now my bitch killed herself. Like, no, it's not.
And I think the writing is really a lot of the biggest issues with the album. Because like
Yeah.
you said, with Ophelia, doesn't get it. It makes reference to being up in the tower. I think like
In the tower. Rapunzel?
Yeah, I think she's juxtaposing Ophelia with just damsel in distress. And those aren't the same thing. She's not a damsel. She's an extension of her father. Like, the one thing she's gotten right about Ophelia is that Ophelia is a victim of a lack of agency, of not having the agency to control her life. But it seems like in the song, the cure to the agency problem is having a man choose you, as if Ophelia died because Hamlet wasn't in love with her, which isn't it. That's not what Hamlet is about. Even slightly. Could you imagine Hamlet as a Prince Charming figure?
Oh Lord,
the man that spends 4 hours of stage time thinking about whether or not he needs to kill his uncle or himself, busting it open for a bitch that he barely like. Like, I don't know. It feels very superficial.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think with the lyrics, let's do some close reading.
Yes, let's take it from the top.
Take it from the top. Okay. I heard you calling on the megaphone. You want to see me all alone. As legend has it, you're quite the pyro. You light the match to watch it blow. So, fine. Okay.
Is this referring to Hamlet?
It can't be. And not just literally with, like, the megaphone, but even the imagery of the fire is so antithetical to Hamlet. Hamlet is slow. Hamlet is cold.
He's not doing shit.
He's not doing... The whole thing
He's
about
Hamlet is there with
his
the match.
apathy. Yeah.
The match and the...
Letting it burn down his fingertips. Yeah, like, you've seen Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
The Spider Noir, where he's like, sometimes I let the fingers burn down on my matches just to feel something, anything. Like, that is Hamlet. This passive, unmoving self-hater. And so this language, while I don't think it is inherently bad, I think it captures pop music, but not the theme that it sets out with. And here's my thing about it, too. We're just before I even keep reading this, clearly she chose Fate of Ophelia as the first song, right? I honestly, follow me here, I think the Fate of Ophelia might have been what it was supposed to be called. Just because if you look up at the cover art, it is literally her drowning.
Her in the water.
It is her in the water. Like, clearly there is an imagery of Ophelia that she's trying to capture. I think what I don't want to say what might have happened. I'm going to conspiracy. Test groups probably got it back, and it was like, wait, but Ophelia dies at the end and doesn't end up with a boyfriend. But I want you to talk about getting Travis Kelce's dick and how fucking wet it makes you, right? And so, like,
Ophelia is not horny.
Ophelia is not horny.
Hamlet is not horny.
If Hamlet's horny for everyone, it's Laertes. But whatever. It's not her. She is barely a person. Is her whole thing. No. She's barely a person, and this imagery signals to me that she definitely knew what the idea was, but something pivoted. I think if the album was The Fate of Ophelia, and it kept the thematic through line of that, it could have been less controversial. It could have just been a regular Taylor album. Coming from a motherfucker who does not listen to Taylor Swift only as a literary scholar, it just seems just from the jump, you're sending mixed signals. I'm gonna skip to the chorus.
Bet.
Okay. All that time I sat alone in my tower. Pause. Let me stop you there. What tower? I think the tower is in reference to the damsel in distress. Ophelia is not a damsel in a tower.
No,
she's a nothing. Yeah.
She doesn't. I feel like the whole thing with the damsel in distress is even then it's like she has like a purpose to be saved.
She's a purpose to be saved.
Ophelia really has no purpose besides her attachment to the men, to her father, to Polonius, to Hamlet. Yeah. she doesn't even get that.
Like, her
Which I
purpose
see,
isn't
yeah.
even just to die. Like, there are a lot of
Yeah.
women that get fridged like that. No, her death is so inconsequential. She just slips off and is like, I found her in the lake.
Yeah.
I guess she's
They don't even
gone.
know if she did it on purpose. If
Yeah.
she was that accident.
Yeah.
It's that unimportant.
Yeah. Yeah. You were just honing your power. First of all, I hate that. I hate that rhyme. All the time. I sat alone in my tower. You were just honing your powers. All right, you got it. Now I can see it all. Late one night, you dug me out of my grave and saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia. Right there. Just line by line. Late one night, you dug me out of my grave. So we go from night, the end, darkness, death. You dug me out of grave, moved to a literal death, and saved my
Yeah.
heart from the fate of Ophelia.
What in the
Ophelia,
necrophilia? Oh.
literally, necrophilia. Something there. Ophelia. To me, this reads as if prior to the death, a hero came and saved her. If the fate of Ophelia is this meaningless, inconsequential death, then this you dug me out of my grave, saves her from this meaningless, inconsequential death. But that feels like it defeats the purpose of Ophelia. First of all, none of them niggas were gonna save her. Hamlet is not in love with her. There is no saving there. He doesn't care about her. And then two, why are you waiting to be saved by some guy? Like,
You're Taylor Swift.
You're Taylor Swift. It's like so much of the Taylor brand is how men will leave you and hurt you and will demand things of you that you can't give. But one dude busted open, now all of a sudden she's saved.
Like,
Also, I just like
where?
saved is crazy. Yeah. Keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky. Pledge allegiance
keep
to
it
your
100.
hands.
It's killing me.
So much of the album feels like the meme of what's his name from Spy Kids 2, where he's like, "Hey, fellow kids." I don't remember his name. Do you know what I'm talking about?
It's too outdated to be considered terminally online, I feel like. It's giving a few years behind.
Yeah. So much of it. She's 35. And that's fine. 35. There's nothing wrong with 35. I'm not trying to be ageist. Sometimes people grow out of being cool. That's something that, like, Andre 3000 said about his flute album. It was like, at a certain, like, what is cool is determined by the youth, by the kids, by the teenagers and the early 20-somethings. And sometimes you just stop being cool. I'm Unk and Chopped right now. It's just not, I don't generate the culture in a way that someone half my age might. And so it feels like she's still operating from the position of generating the culture, but is also clearly responding to it with it, like in a way that Drake responds.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like, I'm just going to make a music that sounds like when I made it.
It feels like that are they? Young millennials? How old will the oldest millennial be right now?
Oldest millennial is like almost 40, or is 40.
Okay, so it seems like this elder millennial thing, or I don't know, that they can't cope with the idea that, like, millennial culture is uncool to the younger kids.
Yeah.
Which I have my millennial things, you know.
Yeah.
I'm on the bridge or the verge of, millennial and Gen
I still
Z.
like my cartoons. I still like certain music.
I like my peace sign.
Yeah, I still make Vine references.
Yeah.
Free Shavakadu. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just so much of this. Actually, hold on. I think that is best captured. Let's close read. Canceled. First of all,
oh Lord,
full caps, exclamation point. Oh, get this. Ooh,
did you actually? Do you know about the beef?
I don't. Okay,
I
tell me
briefly
about
read
the
about
beef.
the
Tell me
beef.
about the beef. Hold on, let me turn this off. Tell me about the beef. It's like Charlie
Okay.
XCX and Taylor Swift, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also
I
didn't hear Brat. I've only had everyone in my periphery talk about Brat. And I know about
I
Brat Summer, Kamala Summer. Go ahead.
yeah. Yeah. I let me also say I have a few like Charlie XCX songs I like, but I've never like listened to a full project. Same with Taylor Swift. But I did my research. Honestly, it was kind of anticlimactic. I'm not fully understanding if this is like truly the beef, but I guess there was like this weird tangential thing with like Charlie saying in an interview like, "Oh, when I'm at like a Taylor Swift concert because she opened for her,"
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, "Oh yeah, it feels like I'm opening for like a bunch of 5-year-olds or something, whatever." But then you know how Taylor Swift used to be with Maddie Healy,
Yeah.
and
And isn't he racist?
yeah,
That's
he
his
just
thing?
fucking
Okay.
sucks. He's racist and British and
Racist and British.
just super British. I actually used to fuck with the 1975, but I'm like, am I surprised he's racist? Honestly, no. I feel like,
What is the
especially the whole
1970?
aesthetic.
Is he a musician?
Band, yeah. So it's like an alt rock kind of. Okay, you know the song is like, we go when nobody knows what guns hitting under our petticoats. So I always was like, oh shit, he's singing in British.
Oh, the group
So,
is
you
called
know.
the 1975.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
He got
don't
some
feel like
weird
I've
lyrics,
heard
I
them
gotta
ever
say.
before.
I'm like, he
Uh,
got some weird lyrics. Like, why are you singing
sure.
about 17-year-olds? She's 17 and a half years old. That's
You
why are
know
you
why he's singing
going?
about 17-year-olds.
But
Side
back to
eye.
Charlie XCX, side eyeing Maddie
All
Healy.
right, so she opened for her and then said that your fans are 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then she was like, sorry, I wasn't being shady, blah, 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 whatever. I guess after Maddie Healy and Taylor Swift broke up, something about Charlie XCX having, like, Maddie Healy's current fiance in her music video. I,
Maddie
oh,
Healy's current fiance in her music video. Okay. I
and
do
also, I
math.
guess they were saying that I didn't listen to the song. I forgot to listen to it. That Charlie XCX was referencing Taylor Swift in a song. Um, I feel like I can't speak on it because I did not listen to that shit. But I'm sure if we just looked up Charlie XCX Taylor Swift song, the lyrics would appear. But I guess I heard from the fans. I don't know if it was super biased, but I don't think Charlie XCX's song was intended on being like a diss track in the same in the same way that like with
Okay,
the
is it
Grams.
sympathy is a knife? So okay, I think
Yeah,
I found a Variety article.
yeah.
Um oh, okay. I found a Variety article that has the timeline. And we are up to okay, step 1, the opener, the diss, I guess, the weird music
Mhm.
video thing. Okay. Here's the line. This one girl taps my insecurities. Oops. This one girl taps my insecurities. Don't know if it's real or if I'm spiraling. I couldn't even be here if I tried. I'm opposite. I'm on the other side.
Well,
That was it?
I definitely don't. I definitely don't think that's a diss
I mean,
at
clearly,
all.
so, just close reading. This one girl clearly making reference to a specific person, right? It is like, not just this girl, this one girl. Taps
Yeah.
my insecurities. What else? Maybe there's more in the song
Mhm.
that signals that this is Taylor Swift, but clearly this is signaling to a girl. Somehow people understood that this is Taylor Swift. Don't know if it's real or if I'm spiraling. I couldn't even be here if I tried. I'm opposite, I'm on the other side. I don't see how this is getting at what this is saying. One song from Black called is titled Sympathy is a Knife and is widely speculated to be about Swift, but the lyrics were not dissing whoever Charlie was writing about. Oh, okay, let me read first, obviously. Instead, the song finds Charlie being self-critical over how being in the orbit of a much more famous singer had negative effects of her life. Yeah, I bet it fucking would.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like a little self-comparison, a little self-deprecation, but not.
literally.
And then like for her to for her not low-key, for her to come on the track like, did she call it like cocaine Barbie or okay, I might be getting the Cardi B and Nicki Minaj beef
Oh yeah,
kind of
that also
intermingled
happened.
with this.
God, the girlies are fighting.
Right?
Okay, hold on.
In all the
Okay,
genres.
boring Barbie when the Cokes got you
Boring.
brave. Yeah, I heard you call me boring Barbie when the Cokes got you brave. Outing
Ooh,
her Coke is
damn.
crazy.
It's
Outing
like
that
it's
is
not a
crazy.
secret, but it's also crazy to come on the track like that.
Is it
You
not a
know?
secret? Is Charlie XCX just already known for Coke?
Yeah, yeah, a hundred
There's so
percent.
much lore. There's so much lore.
I also like what I kind of know her from, and also I feel like I can't completely immerse myself in her music. Is
Sure.
you know about the Red? What is that podcast? The Red,
You
with like
gotta be more
Dasha.
specific.
The Red
Dasha.
podcast. Red Scare, the Red Scare podcast.
Oh
So
yeah,
she's
yeah,
friends
yeah.
with Dad. They're
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah. Aren't they weirdos? Didn't they like start
yeah,
off
really leftist,
really
and then they
lefty and then
like
got famous and went down the pipeline that all people go
edge
through when
lord, like,
they start making money? Yeah.
yeah,
God. Hey, it's
fucking
not too
racist.
late. It's not too late to start grifting, baby.
Oh, it's never too late, especially when you're like white and like and like to have this like basic energy that
Yeah.
incels can attach themselves to.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
That's crazy. Which song is this on? The Coke song.
that's canceled, isn't it?
Oh,
Or
is
no?
that canceled?
I'm
All
pretty
right.
sure.
All right, well then let's read canceled.
That
Okay. You thought it would be okay at first. The situation could be saved, of course. But they'd already picked out your grave and hearse. Beware the wrath of mass crusaders. First of all, what do I feel right? But clearly he's talking about internet trolls, internet feedback, negativity. It's called canceled exclamation point. This is about cancel culture. And this, I think, just from that line. Actually, let me read this next chorus. Or the pre-chorus. Did you girl boss too close to the sun? Holy eye roll, Batman. Did you girl boss
also,
too close to the sun? Again,
I must
that's
add
something
that
they
this
said
is
in
not the right
Tumblr.
song.
Oh,
But
okay.
yes,
That
but
is
no,
such a
this is
Tumblr line.
literally it is. It's giving like the very tail end of the 2010
Yeah.
Tumblr language.
Did they catch you having far too much fun? Come with me, when they see us, they'll run. Something wicked this way comes. Okay, so just walking through the math. She is talking to a person. You thought it would be okay at first. She's talking to somebody, either the nebulous audience, to a nondescript person within the diegesis of this song, some third thing that I didn't list, somebody. She's comforting or like checking in. Hey, you thought it was going to be okay, and that everything was fine, but the people are after you. They are on a witch hunt, right? The mass crusaders online are chasing you down. She's trying to be like engaged with sympathy with this woman or this person.
Wait, I fucked up by the way. I have to say that the one with Charlie XCX is actually romantic. But
Okay.
I do feel like I have some things that could be said about this though.
Yeah.
Cause one, this is crazy to say. Okay, this is wild to say. I feel like as someone who is like notoriously like kind of centrist, I think with her politics.
Yeah.
And we all know like what cancel culture has. You know, the idea of being canceled, how that got attached. The right sort of like attach themselves to this idea like this fear that you can't speak your mind.
Yeah.
Your amendment rights don't matter anymore because you can get canceled. But it's really like the idea, of course, of being canceled is just you're getting canceled because you said, quote unquote, first of all, cancel. We can talk about how cancellation doesn't actually
Yeah.
usually
Like
result
canceling
in anything.
isn't real. Like
It's
the only
fake.
like there are two things. It's rich people get canceled and then nothing happens, or a regular person gets canceled and their life falls apart to no consequence,
Yeah.
right? Because it's like there's the CEO that was caught cheating at the Coldplay concert, right?
Coldplay.
They
Yeah.
doxed his wife, his kids, the mistress. They sent them threats. They sent them emails. They sent shit to their house. That's not cool. That's not
Yeah.
okay. Meanwhile, Louis C.K. is getting paid 4 tillion Fortnite bucks, V-bucks or whatever, to do the Riyadh Comedy Festival. Like, these men still have work. A lot of the people
Fucking
that
Dave
get canceled, they still have careers. It just, like, makes a lot of people feel better, or it ruins the life of somebody that might not deserve it. Not to say that people don't deserve whatever consequences came to them, but I don't think that man cheating on his wife deserved to have his
Yeah.
entire life blown open. The consequences should have
Exactly.
been local to that local transgression. He didn't cheat
But,
on
like,
me.
his family, he didn't cheat on us. He cheated on, like, that should be between his family, the mistress, whatever.
His
But,
job,
like,
too,
why?
but yeah.
His job. Like, because wasn't she, like, an employee or some shit?
Yeah,
But,
like, of HR, which is... You read the book, bitch. You should have known
Like-
better.
But yeah, it's like, why are we sending death threats? And, like, why are we telling them to die? Because they will sneak dicky. Like, come on.
Okay, and so looking at that one of two things, right? Either rich person that gets political or social backlash to no comeuppance, person that might be wealthy but probably not crazy rich, someone that is of no consequence getting a reaction that is maybe justified locally but definitely isn't justified internationally, or a person who genuinely does face consequences in real life, thus the online canceling doesn't, because some of them go to jail.
Yeah.
Right? Some of these people, it's not that they got canceled, they are in jail. Tay-K is still in jail. Like, he didn't get canceled. He's still in there.
Oh.
Bitch, I did the race. So, of those three, Taylor Swift is talking to one of them. Except...
to Tay-K Coldplay guy.
Is he talking to Harvey Weinstein? Louis C.K., Coldplay guy, or Tay-K, right? If she's talking to Louis C.K., then that is you saying, I'm siding with the bourgeois. Hey, person that has the means to protect themselves, I see what you see. Oh, did you girl boss too close to the sun? I guess we should group up. You and me, Taylor Swift and Louis C.K., who might both have avatars in Fortnite. We're together.
Wait, who is Louis C.K.?
Louis C.K. is a redhead comedian who years ago, like a decade ago, got canceled because he used to jerk off on the phone to his employees, and he used to, like, jerk off in rooms with girls who were his employees, and make sexual advances to women who were just working. He would do a lot of, like, weird voyeur... No, not voyeur. That's watching. What's the other one?
Exhibitionism.
A bunch of exhibitionist stuff. There was one where he's like, there's a woman or something, I don't remember names, that was on the phone with him, and he started jorking it while they were on the phone, and she's like, what is that? And he's like, I'm jorking it.
Oh,
And so he got canceled. Less than a year later, he had more specials, more televised specials. He still performs. I went to see, I think it was Kendrick Lamar this summer in Detroit. And one of the like comedy venues, or the like those kinds of venues, was hosting Louis C.K. while Kendrick Lamar was in town. He didn't get canceled. He might make probably less money. But if making less money is what everyone's aiming for, aim higher. Aim like that's what does that
Yeah.
do?
That nigga should be booking 0 gigs.
He should be in jail.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, like yes. And then the Coldplay guy did something wrong, did not deserve the backlash. But I just don't see him talking to we already staked the claim that so much of her demographic, we already know, is young adult or teenage white women. And even though the fan base does extend way outside those parameters, I'm not saying you have to be those to like her. One of my good friends loves her, hates this album. It seems like what she is doing is conflating canceling with bullying. And I do not think those are the same thing.
that's a dangerous line to be towing.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Because there's a big difference.
Especially let me get to the chorus, right? Because I think this adds a whole thing dimension to it. Good thing I like my friends canceled. I like them cloaked in Gucci and in scandal. She is no longer talking to the middle American teenage girl.
She's talking to Tay-K.
She's talking to Tay-K. You did that shit. Go to jail. She's now no longer talking to Coldplay guy. She's talking to Tay-K. But if she's supposed to be speaking for... If you're looking at this through the lens of bullying, the people that are being bullied are either already very wealthy or don't have Gucci. Cloaked in Gucci and scandal? Like... Because I think there's a read of this where it's like... I like my friends... my friends are troublemakers. We're rule breakers. And we look good doing it. Canceled terminologically is a specific act. It is a specific aesthetic that is not about necessarily being a rule breaker or a troublemaker, unless you kind of align yourself with further right politics. A lot of people, whether you're just like centrist, I want government out of my politics, to far right, we should reenact slavery or whatever. A lot of the rhetoric is like a lot of further right people genuinely believe that they are the counterculture or the rebels, the renegades, right? And I would even point to that. I like my whiskey sour. That feels like it's signaling to a specific kind of like country aesthetic, right? A stereotypically masculine aesthetic. And
You know what?
yeah,
I also have to say, I don't know. It feels like something I would think is like edgy when I'm like listening to Lana Del Rey, and it's like 2013, and it's like, oh, I'm a tomboy, so I
yeah.
drink.
And like edgy doesn't look like that anymore. Now it just
No.
looks like grifting.
You're yeah.
You're just kind of doing a bit, especially since so much of her aesthetic and her, I guess, social presentation has drifted to the right.
Like Donald Trump was like congratulating her on her marriage. And he was just being like, fuck Taylor Swift like a year ago.
Yeah.
Which is, that shift is interesting.
There is one song that I would like to look at. I think this one probably had canceled. A really bad song. Get good bad song. There's one other song that I thought was there. I guess a couple other. I think Wood is crazy because I did not need to know about his dick. I did not need to know about Travis. I did not need to know that Travis Kelce dickmatized her. Girl, get up.
Like,
You are rich. Get up. Actually, let me not say that.
You're way richer than him, right?
I do want to, I want to amend that. Because, hold on. Beyonce is like that with Jay-Z. Those two are compared a lot. Beyonce is like, I ride him with that surfboard. Like, she is
loves
very
Jay-Z.
vocal about how she be fucking her man. she be busting it wide open for that ugly man.
It's
That
sexy though when she says it.
it's
People
sexy
like
though
you
when she says
forget
it. Is that
that you
what is
forget it's Jim.
the difference with Wood?
I think so.
Is it
Okay.
just she doesn't? Okay, so why do you think Wood doesn't capture sexy? Let me go to the cute, yeah, chorus and prose chorus. All that bitchin' wishing on a falling star never did any good. I ain't got to knock on wood. It's you and me forever, dancing in the dark, all over me. It's understood. He I ain't got to knock on wood. Forgive me, it sounds cocky. He digmatized me and opened my eyes. Redwood tree, it ain't hard to see. His love was the key that opened my thighs.
Ooh.
Where do you think the sexy, especially as a femme woman, femme she they, that presumably, or not presumably, I know, has fucked across the gender spectrum. Where does this lose the sexy?
One, I feel like the language is a bit, well, as someone who is not white and suburban, the
Uh-huh.
language feels very like, I'm looking for like an axeman, and he's wearing like a, what is it? What is the shirt? Like a
Suspenders,
flannel. He
plaid,
has this flannel.
overalls,
And then like the
big
I ain't
axe.
gotta knock on wood. It
Mm-hmm.
feels like that sort of like country boy sort
Mm-hmm.
of aesthetic. And then I also feel like
I do.
the
Can I
lyrics
just add?
feel
I
yeah,
think those aesthetics do have a sexual appeal to them. There is something
yeah,
sexy about a lumberjack. There's that one guy on TikTok that I'm not sure you remember. I don't know if he's still popular or still doing stuff. But his whole content, it was just he would just chop wood with his fucking shirt off, and it's like
yeah. He was buff as shit.
buff as fuck. Like there is a sexuality to the hyper masculinity, but not just hyper masculinity. This like serviceable, servicing hyper masculinity of the lumberjack. So where does that get lost here?
I feel like in her almost Rupee Kaor, like the milk and honey
Uh
sort
huh.
of like the key that opens my thighs. And I'm like, what the
Yeah.
that just I appreciate that in a body horror sense. It feels a little body horrific. But it also feels like maybe something I would think is like sexy when I'm like 16 or 17 and I don't really
Sure.
know what like sexy is.
Yeah. But
And I
it's
also
like,
think
yeah. Go ahead.
her whole thing, like I forgot which song it is, where she's like, I'm not a bad bitch. I'm
Oh
not a
yeah. Let's go to
savage.
that one. I
And then
think
she
it
wants to come and be
is
like, oh
father
yes.
figure, eldest daughter, eldest daughter. Yeah. Everybody's so punk on the internet. Everybody's unbothered till they're not. Every joke's just trolling and memes. Sad as it seems. Apathy is hot. Okay. Uh, uh, shut up. Girl.
I'm like, oh,
Like,
okay.
this is Tumblr girly, like, sad girly emo Tumblr circa 2014. It was like, no one gets me. It's all these fucking
I'm not like
haters,
other
all these
girls.
posters. I'm not like other girls.
Except I'm conventionally attractive and
It even
look
the
like
like
other.
I've been afflicted by a terminal uniqueness is so Tumblr circa 2014.
Oh,
That's a crazy line to say in 2025.
like I feel like that would be like a sticker.
Yes.
2014, like terminal uniqueness is rainbow as fuck.
On the back of a Honda Civic that doesn't have any more room for any more bumpers, they've got the coexist, they've got the SpongeBob memes, they got Hello Kitty, and then they
They got
have
the
I've
Hillary
been afflicted.
Clinton.
They still got the Clinton stickers. They've got don't talk to me till I have my coffee. Honk if I'm doing a good job or whatever the fuck it is. And then bumper, I've been afflicted by a terminal uniqueness. But I do, with the sexy, there is like the way that she describes what is sexy. One, apathy. Sad as seem, apathy is hot. But then she uses the language in the chorus. But I'm not a bad bitch, and this isn't savage. Clearly, there is a like IG model hyper femininity that is undeniably pervasive across the internet. A bunch of young girls, amongst adult women. I have a friend myself that just like is working through it, but still feels like plagued by this need to be pristinely, presentably hot all the time. But I, as a literary scholar, as a person that doesn't do poetry, but like I know how to read poetry, this is intertextuality. Bad Bitch and Savage were both Megan Thee Stallion songs.
Yeah.
And
like the imagery is heavily associated with, I think, like, especially female rap.
Yeah.
Just black women
in
general. It's kind of have the thing where, you know, how, like, African American vernacular, just how it kind of eventually becomes, like, associated, I think, with Gen Z sort of language.
Yeah.
Which is where I would see someone like, you know, Taylor, like, sort of picking up on it. With, like, you know, because she's trying to, you know, be in touch with the youth. We see with some of the language being used, like keeping 100 and looking like that. Like, you see where she kind of like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think it's interesting that, like, when she is hot, when she in the diegetic, or in the diegesis of the album, when she is hot, it is the lumberjack. It is being a teenage girl discovering sexuality. And when she is not hot, it is being compared not just to beautiful women, but a particularly black beautiful woman. And so, unfortunately, that means it's time to talk about race.
Racial. It's getting racial.
We've already said, like, so much of her brand is an embodiment of whiteness, which I don't think is inherently bad. I think white girlies need music too. I think there is value in understanding it. Yeah. But I think part of the issue is that race and whiteness has been polarized recently in the last few years, like especially since COVID, into like whiteness returning to a kind of more inherently alt-white fascistic place. This isn't to say white people are inherently fascists, but recently presentations and projections of whiteness have been hearkening back to, like, Jim Crow and civil rights era and all these things. And so for her to stop and make this kind of intertextual, and this isn't the only one, she also does it in Opalite, this reference
talk about that one.
To black women, it just feels... It feels weird, but on brand for where the current internet climate is.
Yeah.
Let's read Opalite.
Oh
yeah, no, you say your thing.
Where we're seeing a lot. I always like to use this reference where we're seeing a return to this idea, I think, of whiteness. That where whiteness is operating out of fear, like a fear where it's like we have to like self-contain our whiteness and our white imagery. It's giving
great
Tom Buchanan.
Yeah,
it's giving Tom Buchanan from The Great Gatsby when he's talking about that book, and he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna get." Oh,
yeah,
my power came back on. Yeah, we're gonna get. Yes.
Yeah, I think The Great Gatsby is an incredible reference for this point, because in that book where they're talking about preserving whiteness and like this transfer of old money to new money within white communities, they're doing it to the tune of jazz. Yeah. They're going to jazz parties. They're using especially then, explicitly black art form to form the soundtrack of their preservation of whiteness, which is what Taylor Swift kind of does here. She uses language that, while maybe is read as internet speak, is AAVE. She even uses a Jackson 5 sample for when she's talking about Travis Kelce's cock and balls. It's like, it's so interesting that she goes through a similar motion that Gatsby does in The Great Gatsby. I think that's a great poll. Let's read Opalite.
Yes.
If you would share. Share screen. Eldest daughter. Go back. Opalite. Okay. The chorus of Opalite. But Mama told me, it's alright, you were dancing through the lightning strikes. Sleepless in the onyx night, but now the sky is opalite. And just basic imagery, right? Onyx opalite, two stones. One is black, one is prismatic and vibrant, but at its core white. But she's not talking about rocks here. She's describing the night in multiple ways. Mm-hmm. You were dancing through the lightning strikes, right? Clearly these flashes of light in this pitch black sky. But now the sky is bright and radiant and vibrant. And I can't not, especially with the second verse, right? You couldn't understand it, why you felt alone. You were in it for real. She was in her phone, and you were just a pose. And don't we try to love, right? There is a relationship between this vague, like, speaking to, like, the girls that aren't seen, but the imagery, along with just the themes of the album, to me it feels like she's responding to her relationship to Travis Kelce. Mm-hmm. Travis Kelce famously really liked black women up until Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
He was on his wigga shit hard for like the last decade.
That's what I know him from. I feel like primarily is his wiggadom, his brief time in wiggatry.
and wiggatry is crazy. Yes, right. And
there's also in that song. It's specifically the phone. I guess people were connecting it to like this phone, not this phone, this video of Travis and his ex, and he's like, get off your phone. So it's kind of like, I'm obviously supposed to imply this is about a specific person via the subliminal.
Yeah.
And I'm also like, what? I'm just thinking about him dancing through the lightning strikes, and I'm like, damn, what? I don't particularly know the relationship for being like, like bad or like, know, they have.
I always thought it was fake.
Okay.
Not.
Oh wait, are you talking about Travis and Taylor?
Yes.
Okay. See, I'm like.
What were you talking about?
I feel like I was talking about with his ex. I didn't feel like.
What was her name? What was the ex's name?
Taylor Nicole.
Okay.
Not to be mistaken with the. She's like a comedian. She does like TikTok, and she has a lot of memes. Different than Taylor Nicole.
Yeah.
But yeah, I felt like there was, I didn't hear about, how like when some people break up and there's like all this fallout and shit. Like I didn't.
Yeah.
It seemed like once he started dating Taylor Swift, there was, people like asking Kayla Nicole about Taylor, because Taylor's so famous, blah blah blah. But nothing,
Yeah.
She's talking about this nigga like he was oppressed or something, and I'm like, girl.
But I think that's a good word to describe it, because it feels like so much of her brand has been generating this face of white femininity. Again, a lot of people like to like cringe at the mention of race. Nothing inherently wrong with white femininity, except for when it becomes oppressive. Right?
Yes.
As a cultural practice, a lot of white female shit is great. A lot of girly stuff that is very so much of there's like every now and then people will talk about like white lingo that has been lost, and a lot of it is
Yes.
teenage girls like whatever, right? Talk to the hand, like that kind of stuff. I always think of
Yes.
do you remember Camp Rock?
Yes.
What was it? Whatever
Major
loser.
Loser.
Yeah. That's
That was scathing.
tough. That's tough. That's sick, right?
You can't come back from that.
You can't come back from that. White girls had their bag, and the internet kind of fucked it up for them in a little ways. And so now they have to do stuff like Tradwife and like a little more polarizing stuff, because so much of her brand has been reacting to Kanye West. Like,
Oh, man.
it's been like this little white girl defending herself from men, including
Big
this
black
black man,
man.
right? This pinnacle of hyper masculine. He's not just man, he's black. Like this crazy masculinity, but also just describing the industry and the media and the press and her critics as men, as a man. Now it feels like she can't just revolt against man because there is a cry for racial unity from like alt-right sides. And so now it's not her versus men, it is her versus black women through like when I'm not sexy is because the internet is mean, and the internet is mean through blackness. The face of that is not literally, but metaphorically Megan Thee Stallion. And when I'm hot, it's when I'm with this white man, this pinnacle of white masculinity, and I'm just gonna pretend to be Sabrina Carpenter for a second. I'm gonna rip her, not rip her off, but I'm gonna embody what she has done, which is captured a white femininity that is not inherently right wing, but like still white. Like Sabrina Carpenter,
like Marilyn Monroe's, like the
that's a
old
great
Hollywood
point.
sort of aesthetic.
Totally. Yes, Sabrina Carpenter is modern Marilyn Monroe. I think is exactly it. And meanwhile, she's Elizabeth Taylor, hence the song.
Which she's not.
Which she's not. Elizabeth Taylor is goated, and well, let me not draw those lines. So it's just interesting how those lines get drawn and transition from this gender forward thing to this race forward thing. And I mean, I can speak about being black, but black femme, you know more about how the internet reads you than I do. So what do you take of her transition?
It's interesting. It's almost like, I don't want, okay, not to bring up choice feminism, but I think we're kind of seeing a lot of the consequences of like choice feminism becoming so prominent.
Yeah.
So I feel like her music, I initially wanted to say it even felt like less white feminist, but I do think white feminism has taken on like this new meaning than it did before.
Yeah.
Like before it was like, it's not very inclusive of black women and women of color and whatnot. But now it's almost like, now it's like I need to white femininely align myself with this famous white man, and I need to. Yeah. I know it's probably also like age related in the sense that like, I'm gonna settle down and we're gonna.
Yeah.
And like, the whole thing, because you remember when she announced her wedding?
Yeah.
Yeah. And her wedding, it was like the PE teacher and the English teacher.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, when she announced her engagement, it was like, your English teacher is getting married to your PE teacher or something.
Oh.
Which is crazy because like.
Yeah, no, that is.
Fucking loved Hamlet. I feel like they.
Yeah, you didn't read Hamlet enough for this claim. Yeah, no, it is definitely
it's
signaling
a reference to Donald Trump because he called her an English teacher or something. I think I don't.
Oh, that's so weird that she can be anti-Trump on paper, but kind of give in to certain traditionalisms
Mhm.
in practice. But I think here's the thing, and I apologize if this takes us way too far off. There is part of the reason that I think this album is so interesting is that a lot of Swifties are waking up about the quality, but not enough of them are waking up about the race stuff because I think a lot of
Yes.
that gets invisible. It's what do you mean? Taylor Swift embodies femininity. Yeah, but not all of it.
Not all of it. It's a
There's a
very
lot of different
particular
versions.
kind.
Yeah, and like I think the invisibility of small, I guess microaggression, or I don't even want to say microaggressions. Those are microaggressions, but I think that's too far up the stream. Just these invisible racisms are invisible, and the issue is like we can see them, but because they're so small and
Yeah.
innocuous, they kind of go under the radar. Like Critical Role started campaign 1 this past week, or sorry, started they released their first episode of campaign 4 this week. Are you familiar with Critical Role?
Yes, I saw like one episode, I think.
If you're interested in it, now's the time to get in because campaign
Ooh.
4 started good. I'm really excited about it,
Ooh.
and also looking forward. We are going to play D&D someday. Look forward to that
Yes,
in the
I've been
future.
waiting.
It's coming. It's coming because I want to get a rig. That'll be a different conversation. One of the players is this actual player named Abria Iyengar. She has been on stuff like Critical Role. She's been on Dimension 20. She's been on like the official Dungeons and Dragons podcast, actual play stuff. She's been if there is a prominent tabletop RPG actual play show, she's probably been on it, and is now a part of the main cast for Campaign 4 because they did they did an expansion of the main cast. The main cast before was almost exclusively white. Not a dig, just true. Some people like to point to Laura Bailey as not white because she has Filipina ancestry. That's fair. She reads as a white woman. I still love her. She's one of my favorites. Doesn't
Wait,
change the
like
fact.
the voice actor?
Oh, Critical Role is okay. Critical Role was started by a bunch of voice actors. Laura
What?
Bailey is in Critical Role.
What?
Travis Willingham,
Like my
Matthew
girl?
Mercer.
Like Toru?
Yes, that she is on Critical Role right now.
Oh
Yes.
shit!
Yes.
I gotta lock
And
in.
hey, let me know if you do. I'd love to talk to you about it.
Yeah.
Abria Iyengar. It's not that nobody else has everyone has their faves and people have their least faves. The people that seem to get shit on the most are the women. And recently, Abria Iyengar specifically, she's a dark-skinned femme lesbian that has kind of become the face of what people think of what critters, the people fans of Critical Role, think is kind of bad about the show. And the way that people I made a TikTok not too long ago asking like, hey, what is it about her specifically that you don't like? Because what I hear is not exclusive to her, but it's spoken as if she is, as if it is just her. And they'll be like, it's not about race, it's just that she's loud and aggressive and she doesn't know her place. And it's like, man, that does sound like Jim Crow. Like I'm not saying that you're doing it on purpose, but as someone who has grown up around black women, and as someone who has probably only been a black woman, at least mostly, not on weekends,
Yeah.
I've heard.
Ha!
It just sounds that language mirrors the stereotypes.
Yeah. It
And
does. It
I don't,
absolutely does.
I don't think everyone does it on purpose, but they do it all the time. But they
It
can't
feels almost
see it.
like it's embedded. So
Yeah.
much embedded in like our language.
Literally,
To the point
yeah.
that where it's like you're saying this thing and it's racist in the sense that you have like this you're honing in on this black femme, cast member, and you're listing things that perhaps she does, but also, as I'm guessing, that other
Yeah,
people are like loud as shit, and
yeah. They're all
I
theater
don't.
kids, and like
Yeah, theater kids are loud.
that's how they
We're
are.
loud.
That is how they are.
We're a
But
little
it
irritating, you
for
know?
some reason, like, cause I'll even talk to some of these people. I'll exchange comments, and they'll like, oh well, she's loud. I was like, yeah, but Brennan's loud. This person's loud. It's like, yeah, no, but like she's like aggressive. It's like, I mean, how? Like she didn't do. She's just playing the game. And if I talk long enough, either they'll be like, you're the real racist for bringing race into it, which I just kind of discount, or they'll be like, I don't know. I don't need a reason to like her. I'm not racist. I just, for some reason, she just doesn't fit with what I like. Okay, that is fine. You do not have to like anyone for any reason. You don't need any reason to like or to dislike anybody. That is perfectly fine. The only thing I've ever said about it is double check. Like, just sit with it. Think it
They don't want to
diligently.
sit with it. Is
They
the
don't want to
problem.
sit with it. They
It's just like I just don't like it.
yeah, and it makes them uncomfortable, and that sucks. But you need
You should be uncomfortable.
you should be uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. This shit sucks. It's ass.
We don't have a choice but to be
But we don't have a
uncomfortable.
choice.
We can't. We don't get to be like I just don't like her.
Yeah, and it's just so weird how people will, how, I don't even want to use the word triggered. How enthusiastic people will respond once race is mentioned, in order to try to convince you that race shouldn't have been involved at all. And one, it doesn't help your case.
No, to get to have to have this reaction, this intense aversion.
Yeah. And then
Like,
two, it's just like, you're wrong. Like, I think too many people think about race as if it is Jim Crow, as if it's crosses burning on your yard, or someone saying the hard R, or people throwing cans at like Ruby Bridges. But
Yeah.
okay, I want to be careful with my language here. I think part of this has to do with the word racist, because I think people don't like the term. People, racist. Oh, you're calling me word. Oh, you called me a bitch. You called me an asshole. Like, you called me something mean. You were mean to me, or you were signaling that I'm a bad person. When most of it is just gray and innocuous. I have racial shit. We all have biases. I remember I asked my Chinese American friend that does have family in China if she still practices Chinese. Not because she told me she practiced Chinese. In fact, she didn't. She was like, I don't know Chinese. I was like, oh. I assumed because of what I know about you and what I know about your family. But that assumption was based in race. Not necessarily that I am judging her or I am doing a racism, but it affects the language, like you said. But we don't want to change the language unless it's to make AAVE internet speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of even like Saidia Hartman in like Scenes of
Scenes of subjection.
and how the concept of the quotidian and how like the quotidian gets overshadowed by like these like the more extreme depictions of like racism, like you said, like the burning cross and the like the white people
like
on the
the
street
big
like get off the
N-word
sidewalk
spray paint on
here.
the lockers and like that's so
Yeah.
raven or whatever.
Yeah. But so much of that, I think, especially now with with like Donald Trump and the super reactionary,
Yeah.
just
And the groypers and all the
yeah,
pew-pews and
yeah. So now the quotidian is once again taking the back burner, and now people
Yeah.
are like, they're so caught up in the like, oh, I'm not like spitting on black people in the street, and
Yeah.
harassing them and shit. I'm not racist. Like we
I
need
can't be
to.
racist. I don't even know any black people.
Yeah. Like, it's just insane because the
Yeah.
amount of racist shit that'll come from countries where there's like very few black people.
Yeah.
It's so common.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think just to put a close on the Taylor Swift, she's adapting to a language that is being shaped by the internet, which has been shaped by blackness, to react to a perceived dying femininity that is being challenged by a black femininity.
Oof. Ah, shit. I know we're gonna close it off, but I feel like now I briefly have to return to the whole thing with like Lana Del Rey
Oh yeah, talk about Lana
and
Del
her
Rey.
like, oh yeah, and her weird like femininity manifesto she had posted those years ago. Um, but basically, when she made the post, she was basically like, now that we have the likes of like Nicki Minaj and Beyonce, they have like their presentations of like sexuality. It's very, it's very dominant and confident and blah blah blah. And she's like, oh, can we now have a space, basically, for this sort of like soft, this delicate sort of femininity, which is like super
Yeah.
just this
It is racialized.
yeah,
Even if that wasn't the intent, that the
yeah,
language of softness and hardness is racialized.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's super racialized.
Yeah.
And I think, the way that Taylor Swift, she kind of has like that white, like the teenage suburbia unlock. I feel like Lana Del Rey is like she's like the white, the bohemian, the like, I smoke cigarettes and I drink beer with the guys and we play video games in my little sundress. Like,
I do think, like, so Lana Del Rey, it's not that she's not famous anymore, but she definitely had her moment around the
yeah,
mid-10s.
she's
And
not
now,
super like Taylor. Like,
yeah, instead of her, now it's like Sabrina Carpenter, it's Renee Rapp, it's redhead girl with the white makeup on.
Chapel Roan.
Chapel Roan, right?
Love her.
So how did we get from Lana's feminist manifesto to Sabrina Carpenter filleting her mic on camera or on stage?
Yeah.
How did we get from that white femininity to this white femininity?
Honestly, I feel like I can't. My thing about Lana too is also like I will say she's a little Taylor-ish in the sense that she seems to be aligning herself with this like very far right,
Yeah.
alt right imagery. Like, she married that, like, what is he? Does he work? I don't think he works in a swamp. I don't know why that was my first thought. But he's just a white man. Okay, so she married this like regular ass white man who, I don't know, he probably got a red hat in the back of his closet, I'm being honest. And she had that weird tour where she was only going to places where it was like, going to like Alabama and like Oklahoma. Like, she had like a deep red tour, not even joking. But her whole imagery, it's funny because like she's from like a city place, like she's from New York, but she wants to align herself with like this like sort of, I don't want to say white trash, but it's like this white, not wealthy, this white poor aesthetic,
Americana,
like this Americana.
Yeah,
it's like, girl, you're from New York City. But anyways,
yeah, totally.
I do think that's kind of gone out of fashion, or it's not in like the main.
Yeah. But like it where it is, it's in that hyper conservative like trad wife way.
Yeah. Oh
which
yeah.
Is not. It's not that it's not popular. It's just the platform isn't
Shifted.
the same. Yeah.
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 Like now I'm even thinking about Nar Smith, and oh no.
Oh yeah.
I can't talk about Nar Smith here.
Weird lady.
I mean, I could. Wait, what are you gonna say?
I just said weird lady.
Yeah,
I know very little about her, except I've seen like a YouTube video or two about her. But she's like the light-skinned girl woman that names her children weird shit,
like
right?
Rumble Honey.
Rumble
That's
Honey?
one of them.
Are they a dwarf? Not in the Snow White way,
Yes.
not in the not
Yeah.
in the human capable way.
Yeah, like
She's raising
Slim
Smurfs.
Easy.
Smurfs.
Wait, I feel
Slim
like, okay.
Easy?
That's racial, isn't it? I feel like that's a little racial.
Slim Easy? That's
Mind you, Slim
that's like
Easy is
that's two rappers' names like smashed together.
his
yeah.
dad is white. Comes from actually a prominent Mormon family. Fun fact.
Totally Mormon.
Oh yeah,
That
because I remember there was
fills
like
in
discourse on
holes that I knew about
if
her.
she's not Mormon, but it's like she's very much Mormon in the sense that like I don't know she's not like fundamentalist Mormon obviously based on like her content, but there are Mormons who like they have that show about the Mormon ladies and
Yeah.
they're obviously not fundamentalist Mormon. They're not wearing and shit, but they do have subscribed to Mormon. Oh, because the Mormons have
That's weirder. What is
no, that's the thing. Oh, oops. Apparently, it's an offensive term that's used against Mormon under.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put big comical bleeps over those. Big comical bleeps over those terms.
Yes.
Weird.
My fault, Mormons. I had some
Sorry,
Mormon friends
Mormons.
in middle school. I had Mormon friends.
There were a bunch of, I realized in my adulthood that a lot of the kids that I went, or more kids that I went to school with were Mormon than I realized, even though I grew up in the East Coast. And two of the girls that I dated had connections to Mormonism. There was one girl that moved when I was a sophomore, who was a Mormon, and we didn't date for real because she wasn't allowed to date, and then she turned 16 and started dating the head of the wrestling team, who was this diesel nigga. He was big, he was kind of light skinned, but a big dude. That I was like, oh, she just didn't like me, which is not true because I think I don't know, I wasn't good either. And then this girl who I lost my virginity to, and hooked up with on and off all high school, eventually converted into Mormonism by the time that she graduated high school.
Oh.
Because she started dating some guy who was a Mormon, and she went with him on mission. That's the term.
Mission trips.
Yeah.
Mission trips. Yeah.
I love that for you guys.
Yeah, enjoy
your proselytizing
in different African countries.
Yeah. All right. All right. I think that's it for today. Any last words?
I think that's it for me too.
Yeah, all right. Thank you guys for joining us. Follow us on all our socials, which should be in some kind of description somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's usually Black and Nerdy Scholar.
As usual, Black and Nerdy Scholars. Stay black, stay nerdy, and read books. Read books.
Please read books.
Read books. Please read books. Oh my god.
Yes.
Read books!